What is going on is the role model Gamers Goon here today with your NFL Week 3 predictions here on this Thursday morning. And today we have a game for us all, and it is going to be the surprising Texans, who have, honestly, they've shocked me a little bit. I believe Davis Mills is going to be starting for the Texans, but the Texans are 1-1. They put up 21 points against the Browns defense that I did not think was going to happen. And the Texans have really shown up and shown out. This was a team that a lot of people, including myself, thought might not even win a game this year. And they came out and they've been relatively competitive. Does Tyrod Taylor being out affect them? Probably. But you're going up against a Panthers team, 2-0. A Panthers team hitting on all cylinders right now. You got CMC, you got DJ Moore, you got Robbie Anderson, and of course, you got a Sam Darnold who is, well, let's go over Sam Darnold's stats so far. He has a 68% completion rating with a passing rating of 100 for 584 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. So Sam Darnold looking okay, relatively okay. Here to start the season, going up against the Texans team here, who's solid, more solid than you probably would think. I fully expect this team, this game to be one-sided. The defense of the Panthers has been the best so far this year in terms of total yardage allowed. They've only allowed 231 yards, and that leads the league in both passing yards and rushing yards as well. They've only been giving up 10 points a game, and they are allowing 25% completion rating on third down. So I doubt that the Texans, especially without Tyrod Taylor, is going to do much. Give me the Panthers. I got that game being 28 to let's give the Texans a little bit of credit. 28-20. I don't want to say it's going to be a blowout, but I could see it going one way very, very quickly for the Panthers tonight. Then we get into the Sunday slate of things with the noon games for a lot of you, the 10 a.m. game for me now, and that is, we're starting it off in New England. We're starting it off with the Saints going to play the Patriots. Should be fun. Patriots are a team that's relatively okay. They're 1-1. Saints, relatively okay. They're 1-1. Jameis Winston out there doing his thing. He's starting to throw it to the other team. Might be a little bit of a cause for concern. So far, the best rookie quarterback in the draft, Mac Jones. On the Patriots side of things, Patriots doing a very solid job doing their thing as well. Two middle-of-the-pack teams, if you're asking me. They're solid, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to go with Belichick and company. I feel like to win this game, you're gonna have to sling it out a little bit. You're gonna have to gain an edge in the passing game, and so far that has been what the Saints have done. And a lot of check down routes and a lot of simple stuff for Mac Jones. But I feel like this might be the game that we see Mac Jones go for like 250 yards, something like that. I expect them to kind of let Mac Jones do a little bit of slinging it around, and I expect the Patriots to win 24-21. Then we got a game that should be very exciting. We got the Bills defending their home turf against the Washington football team. The football team, obviously one of the best defenses in the league. We all know that. That front seven is disgusting. You got Antonio Gibson there. You got Logan Thomas there. You got Terry McLaurin there. But it looks like the team's going to be Taylor Heineke's. Ryan Fitzpatrick's not going to be playing. Josh Allen, he struggled the first 2 games of this year. And the football team's not a game I would really say would be a turnaround game per se. But that's what it needs to be. That is not a team that you would expect to say your turnaround game is going to be against the football team's defense. However, I think it's necessary for Josh Allen to come out there, throw 275 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, maybe 30, 40 yards on the ground, maybe a rushing touchdown or something like that. This is Josh Allen's time. Josh Allen, you need to go out there and ball out. Slow start to the year. What better way to do it than going out there against a football team who is a solid defense? Statistically, this year they haven't matched up to being solid defenses, but go out there and hopefully beat out that front seven that the football team holds. Bills, I got them 35 to the football team's 17. Then we get into my game of the week, the one I'm going to be laying my eyes on, as my Chicago Bears will be traveling to Cleveland, Ohio to face the Cleveland Browns. Is Baker Mayfield going to play? I don't know. He has this shoulder injury. Is Odell Beckham Jr. going to play? I don't know. I know Jarvis Landry's not playing. And usually I wouldn't like that. But we're going to need all the help we can get, because this is the first time in the career of our young quarterback, Justin Fields, that he's going to be starting a football game in the NFL. Justin Fields is getting the start. Justin Fields is making that change as a backup to a starter now because of Andy Dalton's injury. How long until Andy Dalton returns? I don't know. Matt Nagy seems like he wants Andy Dalton to be the guy regardless of what Justin Fields does, but I can't see a scenario where Justin Fields goes out there and let's say Justin Fields goes out there and beats the Browns, balls out, gets 28 points. I don't see how you can go back to Andy Dalton. Unless Justin Fields comes out there and it's blatantly obvious that he's not ready, I don't see how you can go back. I really don't. This should be used as a year to build on things in game, because there's a difference between playing a football game and watching a football game. And even if you're studying it the way the coaches want you to study it, you're not going to learn as much about a game than when you're out there making the mistakes. Because you'll know, well, that's not what I'm supposed to do. Obviously, that had a bad outcome. I can't do that. Bears, Browns. Last week, I wasn't very confident in Chicago winning. This week, I'm not very confident in Chicago winning. A Browns defense that is good. But I got to go with my Bears. Got to go with them. I'm going to say it's a 24-21 game. Justin Fields gets us into field goal position. And, of course, Cairo Santos wins the game there as time expires. Then we get into the Falcons going into New York to face the football Giants. Danny Dimes and, of course, Matt Ryan. Two teams that are not exciting at all to watch. Two teams that I honestly could not care less about. Calvin Ridley, you're dope. Cordell Patterson, you're dope. Kenny Galladay, you're dope. Saquon, you're dope. And I was once told when I was a kid, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. That's kind of what this is going to be. Two teams, neither of these teams really are all that. Give me the Falcons. Am I confident in saying that? Absolutely not. It can go either way. At the end of the day, it does not matter. Both of these teams will not be playoff teams at the end of it. Then we get into the Ravens and Lions. Lions, a team, regardless of their record, they've actually surprised me. They had the big game to start the season off against the 49ers. They had a little bit of a comeback. They put up 17 points against a Packers team that I think is a lot better than what they've looked so far. Going against a Ravens team that had a loss and then a victory against one of the best teams in the league. So I gotta keep with the momentum that the Ravens are on. I like the Lions right now. I think that they're a solid team. I think they can get it done when the right time is there, but I don't think it's the right time right now. I believe that it is time for Lamar Jackson to get his second victory of the season. Give me the Ravens. I got them 35 to the Lions 24. Not bad. Then we get the Bengals traveling up to Pittsburgh to face the Steelers. This one's going to be a big match here, man. Two teams that are on the same path. Two teams that are in the same division. They're going to be in there. They're going to fight. They're going to claw. They're going to give it you all. Their all. Joe Burrow, obviously coming off a rough week. Big Ben. Big Ben did not do much, I don't believe. Yeah, Big Ben, 1 touchdown and 1 interception, 2 times sacked. Big Ben also not coming off the best of weeks. Two defenses I think can hang, but at the end of it, it's going to be a showdown. And the Steelers, They have some injuries on their roster that might be playing in factor. They have Big Ben, he might not be playing. Joe Hayden might not be playing. T.J. Watt might not be playing. Carlos Davis might not be playing. And Alex Highsmith might not be playing. So they have some guys. They have some guys that you got to be a little bit concerned about if you're a Steelers fan that might not be playing. The Bengals, on the other hand, they're full forces going forward. I got to have the Bengals winning this one. It's going to be a solid game. It's going to be 21-14, and it should be pretty fun to watch that game. Colts, Titans, repping Derrick Henry today. Titans, I don't know what it is with you guys, but let's fix it. Let's fix it. So far, the Titans are 1-1. Colts are 0-2. Two teams I think are solid. Titans went in. They beat the Seahawks. But they didn't beat the Seahawks until they fed the beast. You have Derrick Henry. There's no reason Derrick Henry shouldn't be getting 30 touches. He should have a easy 150 yards a game. Easy. He is a beast. Keep feeding him. Stop questioning it. He didn't get that mark until they were really forced to give it to him. And it was kind of sad. But go out there and feed the beast. Titans get the victory, 28-21, and Tennessee wins that one. KC Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs, will be traveling all the way. Well, actually, they'll be traveling right into their home yard because the Chargers will be traveling all the way to Kansas City, and they will be facing off against Patrick Mahomes and company. The Chargers, a team 1-1, very similar to the 1-1 Chiefs. Battle of the AFC West. Should be a fun matchup, Herbert versus Mahomes. But at the end of the day, I don't know who can argue with me that just the Chiefs seem way too overpowered for this Chargers team. Chiefs, give me them 35 to the Chargers 21. Cardinals traveling to Jacksonville to face the Jaguars. The Cardinals on a 2-0 win streak right now. They had a little bit of a hiccup, almost lost to the Vikings. Jaguars, a team that is really severely underachieved so far. A team that I thought would be solid. They are not solid. Trevor Lawrence is struggling. And I think the Cardinals obviously are going to win that game. Don't be surprised if the Cardinals win it something along the lines of 28-10. Cardinals and Kyler Murray look like they want to play football. Meanwhile, you got players on the other side, not necessarily. And then we get into the second slate of games. We got the Buccaneers traveling to LA to face the Rams. First time Brady will be playing a game in LA, believe it or not. Yes, the man's been in the league for however many years, but this is his first time. This is his first time playing in a game in LA. But Brady, come on. You can't pick against Brady. Antonio Brown might not be playing. So that's a little bit of cause for concern. Obviously, Rojo hasn't really been all that this year yet. So there's some question marks on the Buccaneers for sure. The Rams, Stafford's looked phenomenal. Stafford's looked amazing his 2 weeks. Cooper Kupp's looked amazing. Aaron Donald doing Aaron Donald-like things. The Rams are tough. But I can't pick against Brady. I'm going to take Brady and company. I'm going to go 27-24 for that one. Then we get the Jets traveling to the Mile High City, Denver, to go up against the Broncos. The Jets, believe it or not, are still garbage. They are still garbage. Yes, you have Corey Davis. Yes, you have Jamison Crowder. Yes, you have Michael Carter. And yes, you still suck. You still suck. The Broncos, surprisingly, are 2-0. The Broncos, granted, they faced the Jaguars and they've also faced the Giants. Not like they've had really tough competition. And that's going to remain the same because the Jets are a team they should beat. Zach Wilson has not looked good so far this season. The Broncos, on the other hand, have. I'm going to have to go with the Broncos. I'm going to go with the Broncos winning that one 23 to the Jets 14. Then we get the Dolphins going over to Vegas to face the Raiders. Raiders, a team that shocked me a little bit. They're 2-0 so far. Dolphins. They lost week 1, but they picked it up one. And so they're 1-1. The Raiders, on the other hand, team that shocked me. I think the Raiders can contend for being one of the best teams in the NFL this season. From what I've seen, I know Derek Carr doesn't get that kind of love on a national level, but I want to sit here and say Derek Carr is one of those guys that he's going to get there for you. He kind of reminds me a little bit, not necessarily, but kind of what Jared Goff did for the Rams when they were going to the Super Bowl, when the Rams made their run. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the first Jared Goff before the injuries. So we'll see what Derek Carr does. But I'm going to go with the Raiders. I'm taking them 28 to the Dolphins 21. Seahawks, they are going to be traveling to Minnesota, and they will be facing the Vikings. A 1-1 team going up against an 0-2 team. The Vikings are a 0-2 team that I don't think necessarily should be 0-2. They've had 2 winnable games. I expect this game to be close, but I don't expect them to win it. Russell Wilson is better than any player they've played yet this season, so I'm going to have to say that the Seahawks win this one 24 to the Vikings 21. Then we get the night game. This game should be fun. We get the 49ers defending their home turf against the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers, believe it or not, after the very, very worrisome performance week 1, they came out and did their thing. And they won against the Lions. And yes, Rodgers hasn't looked phenomenal, but he got the job done. I expect the Packers to win week 3. Give them a show, Aaron. Give him a show, Aaron. Go out there, win a good game, win a 35-31 game, and go out there and show them that you're still around. And then we get one of the better games, one of the best matchups, rivalries that we got in the NFL. We got the Eagles and the Cowboys going up against each other in Dallas. So far, I've loved what I've seen from Dak. Able to get the job done last week. He didn't have a great game, but Dak still is giving you things to look at and say, you know what, he's still Dak Prescott. Week 1 was amazing for Dak. Jalen Hurts has looked phenomenal for the Eagles. This should be a fun match. It should be a close one. I expect it to end something along the lines of 31-28. I expect this to be a little bit of a shootout, a little bit, not fully, but I expect it to be a fun game. And I got the Cowboys winning. Dak Prescott, go prove me correct, my friend. Anyways, I'm going to get on out of here. Thank y'all for watching the preview and predictions of Week 3 in the NFL. And I will see you guys later this weekend.